Hello there, beautiful people. What's going on? Let me hold the mic actually, sort of. I want to talk about few things in the Morning Thoughts episode. Don't want to make it too long, but usually I get carried away and talk a lot. Just I have a couple of things fragrance related I want to discuss. I did already 3 videos. I will upload these side by side with this. But hopefully you're doing good. You're in good health. I've been recovering from a little bit fatigue, weather change. I got really tired. Whole day I feel sleepy. So obviously, we get used to it already, like 3 years, 4 years now on the in a row in this COVID situation. I'm like, we couldn't care any less right now. We'll be like, yeah, I feel tired. Let's just sleep it off. So that's what has been happening. I've been sleeping a little bit of a tough, rough patch. But thanks to all by grace of God, I'm good. So hopefully you're doing good. Let's get to the point. First thing I want to talk about is fragrance bottle size. Which one should you buy? It seems like a very lame topic. I talked about it before, but I want to talk about it again because I think there are a lot more people right now in our community, a lot more subscribers. If you are new, please do hit the subscribe button. I keep saying it, and because it will help my channel grow. If you feel my work is it's kind of like beneficial to you or it means something to you, just give me a like. Perhaps I'll get better response from YouTube and I can get better algorithms will work in my favor, so I can be motivated to do more work. Obviously subscriber count, views, those things really motivate me as a reviewer. But what's the bottle size you should buy of perfume? There are multiple bottle size on most of the fragrances, starting from 10-15 ml, small 2 ml samples, all the way to 200, 300. Even they have 500 ml. I don't know if there's a liter or there's like one of those flacons that Creed provides. So numerous bottle sizes, and they vary from prices go from here to all the way there. So sorry. So which bottle size should you opt for? I think it depends mostly on your need. Fragrance are not a need, it's a want. You want it, you don't need it. You can live without fragrances. You need food, you need water and air. Those are the things that you really need. You need love. But fragrances, when I say what you need means based on your need, as in like practicality wise. How many bottles do you own? If you have 100 bottles, you'll never be able to finish all your bottles in your lifetime. There's just take it from me, it's impossible. If you are decanting, like let's say, I'll talk about my decanting in a while because I get some bashing, some people who are really mad about my decanting. I'll come to that point, I'll address that. But if you are not a decanter, like let's say you're not splitting or you're not selling and you are just a fragrance lover that like to collect bottles and use it on your own, I think buying a 50 ml, if you really like a fragrance, 100 ml is the most you should get. If you really like a fragrance, like it's you instantly fell in love with it, a brand new release, and you're scared for its reformulation, you're scared for the fragrance to be discontinued, then you can get backup bottles like 510, like my friend Mikalis does from Czech Republic, Greece. Also he belongs in both countries. But apart from that, if you are like, on most part, what I notice, out of 10 fragrances, people like use a fragrance like 8 out of 10 and they're like good memories with it. Perhaps they don't repurchase it. Do you know why? Because every year new fragrances come out. Every year brand new fragrance release will be there. New flankers would be there, which can be more interesting. You just get tired of using the same perfume for 2-3 years and you don't want it anymore. So you want to make a sort of like a change up from Dior to Valentino or Valentino to Givenchy. Okay, if you talk about the Iris line. So in that way, you do not need so many backup bottles. You do not need the biggest bottle size. On most part, you will actually see your bottle may go bad. Let's say 100 ml would be wasted. So that's a waste for me. But if you really want that bottle, again, if you're a collector, you want the biggest bottle size. If you like collecting big bottles, let's say you have eye for this one, you have your eyes on, Lanvin Delhomme 200 ml massive tower bottle. I want this. You don't care if you're going to use it or not. You don't decant. You still go for it because you love the bottle. There's no judging because I got it. That's one thing for bottles. But a serious note, if you do not decant, if you do not sell your perfumes, and if you are not in it for business, I think you should get 50 ml, which is just plenty. But if you like a fragrance, get 100 ml standard, okay? And bigger bottle that you get more value, okay? If you buy the smallest bottle, it's going to cost you the highest in terms of ratio between juice and price. So that's one point. Second point, I was talking about decanting. I go from time to time when I'm bored. I go different sites, Reddit, my favorite place to be, and YouTube. I search by Joy Amin. I see what people talk about me. I read my comments. Most of the comments are always positive in a sense that they talk about constructive criticism, or they talk about a perfume review, or they talk about my reviews analysis. Let's say they talk about, no, I don't think you covered the point, or you didn't talk about this thing. So it's a constructive criticism. But some people go totally off, like off limits, like they fall from the grace. How they totally talk about like just a hateful comment, personal issues, nothing to do with review. Oh, you made another list, how about this, ha ha ha, like kind of like trolls. So the trolls, the problem with them is you cannot take them serious. They're like autobots, like, not, what are they called, like they're like bots, right? Everywhere in the YouTube, they mean nothing, they don't have a face. That's what the Reddit people do. They talk about reviewers, and I notice one thing: when you become popular, they talk about you more. And I see my name there so many times. Many people are kind to me as well. They said Joy, I mean, is one of the best reviewers and all that. Makes me feel good, even though I'm not. But there's one guy from India. I noticed this guy. I forgot his name. He's from '86. He was born in '86 or something, '84. Forgot his name. Don't remember these kind of names anyway. He says Joyman doesn't go through his bottles; it decants, and that's why he's a salesman. He has even a page for it. So the tone behind it, I was like dumbfounded. I was like, I am the one who said this is how I did my journey for 6-7 years, because I'm not the richest guy, but I had the richest passion, that is love for fragrances. I want to review everything, which I actually covered. You guys know I brag about it all the time. 3,100 videos now. Nobody did more reviews than me. I'm very proud of it. My production quality is crap. I know that. I don't have the best setup. I know that. I say it openly. I live in Bangladesh. I have a small room, an apartment. Until we move to a new place, that will be much better. I'll have a penthouse to me. But in general, my passion took me to places. I went so many places that people cannot imagine. For a fragrance sample, what I did, I went through storm to get a 2 ml sample, and I got all wet by the rain, the storm, and my phone kind of like got water in it. you know, weird things I did. I drove like crazy to buy a perfume. I drove like almost 190 kilometers just to get to a perfume shop before it closes in Malaysia. So the things that I did for my channel, nobody knows about it, that many people. And these people act like they live with me. They're like my boyfriend or something, like I'm going to say it, they feel like they know me since my, childhood days. They sleep with me, they eat with me, they go everywhere. And they just like, Joy Amin is a decanter. He just doesn't do. So I really felt like a bit hurt at first. Then I realized like, where does it come from? Perhaps it comes from insecurity, from jealousy. I'll just tell you, most of the reviewers get bashing out of jealousy and hatred. Like when reviewers get recognition, love, loyalty, people say they're good and they trust their nose, it gets them mad. Sitting in India, perhaps he's seeing like a guy from Bangladesh. What do you know about perfumes? And you have a collection, everything. You just decant. But what is that I do? They know it very well. That's why they watch all my reviews, and they know very well I'm the one who said I do decants, so I can make some money out of it. Then I can continue my journey. Nobody works for free. Okay, I told it before. So whole purpose of these people trying to bash me and shame me, I'm not ashamed of my work. In Bangladesh, many people told me, why do you do such a small business? Can't you do like a proper shop, big name? Bangladesh is about this kind of thing. You have to show your big car, big job, big, big, everything big. I own a business, I own a restaurant. If you do a small job or you own a small business, it's a shameful thing. If you work as a chef, in Bangladesh, we do not, like, people don't want to give you recognition. So should it stop you? It's all on you. It's all depending on you. There are many times people made fun of me. I didn't stop my work. Okay. Of course, I cannot be perfect. I have a lot of flaws. My review style, I talk too much, and I don't have a good setup sound. I don't have editing. Yes, I admit it, but still, I managed to do the number of videos that many reviewers couldn't do. So it takes real passion. Nowadays, even if I don't get views from the small reviews, like single reviews, like solo reviews, individual reviews, I still do the reviews. Do you know why? Because I feel money is one thing that will come to you. Okay, money is the one thing that will chase you if you do not chase the money. If you focus on your work. Let's say I did my 3,000 videos, and now that I'm monetized, I hope I can keep it for some time. But those are the ones that give me daily views. Even if I don't do any videos, I still get like plenty of views from 48 hours. So everything that I did, hard work never goes unpaid. So coming back to the decanting, there's nothing wrong with decanting. There's something wrong with the people who bash you, try to belittle you for your hard work and honest work. If you have a lot of fragrances, I don't know how many I had. I probably didn't count because I lost track. But if you try to judge someone, know them properly. Okay, you don't know me to judge me. People who actually talk about this, those people try to be famous. If you actually had it, you would be Joy Amin, you would be Ashton, you would be Mark Rob08. If you're not, just keep watching us, right? So last point I want to raise is, I keep talking about it all the time, and nowadays I just will tell you one other thing. I mean, I don't understand why the trend is changing nowadays. Fragrance reviewers, I have full respect to them, but I have one criticism to give. Most of the reviewers are not focusing on those old style reviews that made the community popular or known. Let's say Rob08, I keep going back to him, all the OG reviewers. When they reviewed Hugo Boss, when they reviewed Armani Code, we watched. When they talk about Aqua Tissue, we watched. We know their reviews by heart. Okay, like I know what Mark said about Cool Water. I know those stories. I'll forever. Nowadays, we see 6 hours, 10 hours live stream. Okay, I don't know actually. Maybe I'm just too old. But what's the purpose of it? What does it serve apart from getting to know the community? That's important. But what about the individual reviews? Why are not people reviewing anymore? Everything is about list. Yes, I do the list because I need to make a living as well. But from time to time, I do my reviews, and I'm very proud of it. Female fragrances, cheap fragrances, budget or expensive, lesser known. This is what we have to do. So why not people reviewing individual fragrances? Don't understand. Perhaps it's not profitable. Perhaps you want to be known as a fragrance reviewer, but you just talk about other stuff, stand-up comedy, or talk about movie, Netflix. So how are you a fragrance reviewer? These are the things, I'm not bashing them because these are some of the reviewers who worked before, and I don't know how they lost passion or what is the reason they're not talking about fragrances. But if you're a fragrance reviewer, stick to the main thing. Even if you have the best editing, the best sound, best humor, best acting skills, but everything is about what's coming out latest. I have to do it before anybody else. Oh, it's so cool, it just came out, and then never talk about it again. Initial impression, but bring out a fragrance and later review it so people get to know A to Z what a review is good for 26 seconds. These are things you need to ask yourself. 1 minute, how much can you actually describe a fragrance? To know and be passionate about a fragrance, about any line, you need to get in depth. If you are in love with cars, you don't look at the body and the hood like, wow, sexy thing, But what about under the hood, For me, I don't know much about cars, but I do love cars. But I love interior of it. I like how they designed it, or how's the suspension on the stuff, like little detailing, or learn about history of a car manufacturer like Ferrari versus Ford, or Porsche, Lamborghini. So these are things, if you don't have knowledge, how are you going to be ever passionate? If you play cricket, if you don't know the rules of cricket, and you just show like, hey, I know like 5 names, these are my top 10 favorite players, okay? But you don't know anything that happened in the past World Cups, right? Let's say you watch American football, you need to be passionate about it, right? Only when you know about it, then you can be passionate. So a lot of people nowadays, they are like new channels. I find them more interesting than some of the older channels who are just becoming a little bit obvious, just list, same fragrances, rotation, redundancy. But a lot new channels, they have really good passion, new brothers who came into the game, sisters or ladies and gents. They talk about their fragrance, totally different angle. Like, I don't think this fragrance smells like starfruit at all. I get tobacco. And like there's originality there. So I appreciate that. So I'm a big fan of creative content creators, and I'm just glad to be part of the community. I don't think community is dead. I will never accept it. As long as I'm here, even if I am pulling the community from my side, I feel very proud. I don't think community is dead at all, but we are not doing our part enough, okay? And the trolls and everything, they will just bash every day, but they won't be able to make a brave move to show their face and make YouTube content that actually can be helpful to people. So our goal is to help people talk about a perfume. I don't care what people stab me at the back, how they stab me. I don't care because I know a lot more people are appreciative. Thank you very much for watching. Love you all. Thanks for always watching and commenting. Keep doing that and keep helping others. That's how we can grow as a community. Have a nice day. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.